Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another Cruise with Smooth. So, today I want to talk about coronavirus. They are shutting down one of the larger school districts in my state for the next 3 weeks. There's rumors about it affecting production at my current place of employment. Nothing confirmed yet, so I'm not. They're tearing down that fire-scorched house. Wow. Yanking the roof off of it with a digger. Anyway, there's rumors about production issues at work. There's speculation that with the school district being out due to daycare's gonna not being able to take all the excess kids, that we will have attendance issues due to people having to stay home and watch their kids. My school district is doing a 4-day weekend. They are off tomorrow and Monday so that they can have a little bit extra time to go through and deep clean the schools to reduce germ issues. Just a lot going on with coronavirus, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about it. The thing, I know some stuff about it. I'm by no means an expert, so take whatever you hear from me with a grain of salt and listen to the experts that are online and on the news and everything else. But with the virus as it is, at the stage that it is, how long it's been a known thing, I personally think people are overreacting. The fatality rate's not exorbitantly high. The contraction rate's high. But the main cause of death is people that had an underlying illness that exacerbated heart disease, lung disease, asthma, diabetes, and there are a few other health conditions, but most of the people that die already had another problem. It's, in my opinion, the scariest thing about it is that you don't have, you can have the ability to transmit the virus before you show symptoms of carrying the virus. In my opinion, that's the scariest thing about it. Most times when you have a bug, be it the flu, the common cold, whatever, you know you're contagious by the time you're contagious just due to how you feel. I think that most media outlets are prompting a severe overreaction. Stores somewhat local to me have completely sold out of all toilet paper products. There's a lot of people self-quarantining. I think that's a good thing if they can get the time off work to do it. I think it could be a little excessive, especially if they do not have a confirmed diagnosis. I think that from the top down, the government's been hurting the response to this, not helping it. A lot of people had already had nasal swabs for influenza recently, They were tested for that, came back negative, but the federal government wouldn't allow those same swabs to be tested for coronavirus, a story that I understand to be true. So I think that state and local government is actually capable of doing a better job at this than the federal government, just due to the fact the federal government's got to worry about a ton more problems than nasal swabs. I also think that the state and local government can respond better, just since they have whatever issues are going on in their specific area, and they can respond better and in a more coordinated fashion than the federal government can. I do think the federal government has its place in all this, but I don't think it's top-down management from the whole thing, or over the whole thing. My main thing is, I think the media's inflating this. I've survived everything that was supposed to kill everybody so far. Zika, West Nile, Ebola, swine flu, bird flu, Y2K, what else have I survived? I think I said Zika already. Anyway, I think that a lot of this is being overplayed. I think the transmission rate and the fact that you can be contagious while not displaying symptoms are the only things that are really scary about it. But the first world country death rate, last I heard, was somewhere around 0.4%. So I don't think that there's a huge reason to panic and go off the deep end and worry about everything. I'd sure be smart. I think that some of the precautions that have been taken by the NCAA, while potentially premature, probably a good thing, because all it would take is one person to cough on a couple things, and jeez, somebody's stopping right in front of me. To cough on a couple things, and half the people who went to that game got it. So I think it's smart in and of itself, but I think it could be an overreaction. I think that I seen a meme the other day, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but basically it showed that a lot of these bugs happen in election years, as far as where it becomes a big deal. And it had a timetable lined up for West Nile, Zika, swine flu, bird flu, things like that. One of those things that, honestly, it would not surprise me. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I might end up losing money over it if they end up canceling a couple weeks of production at my factory. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm just going to try to figure out what to do with 2 weeks of unscheduled vacation, when I literally had zero time to plan anything to do. Sure, I've got friends I could hang out with. My kids will be on spring break through part of that time, but my wife's going to be working. My kids are going to be in school for 1 week. I'll have odd projects to do and hang out with my kids. That's about it. So I'm going to be bored and lazy, at least half of it. So I just think that the whole thing's being blown out of proportion. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not, but I could be. But I think that in another 6 months that coronavirus is just going to be another one of the beaten bugs. I actually dated someone that had swine flu. That they had it before I dated them, but they had swine flu. And they were sick, used the masks and, all the procedures to keep yourself, your risk of contamination to a minimum. They were at college at the time that they were contaminated, so just kind of being smart about it, and everyone around them was okay. So I don't think that it's near as big a deal as everyone's playing it up to be, but some of the things that people are doing are recommended anyway. Like some people are stocking up on food supplies, so they've got, a couple weeks worth of food. Well, guess what? Every government agency ever recommends that you have a 2 weeks, at minimum a 3-day supply, up to a 2-week supply of food and drinking water for everyone in your house anyway. So the people that do that, I say, and you're just kind of doing what's recommended anyway in the event of a natural disaster or something like this, or a terrorist attack, and things get, supply chains get broken. It's going to take a while to reestablish that and for the government to respond. So you've got to be able to sit and wait it out during that time frame. So I don't think that those people are overly paranoid. I think that purging the shelves of toilet paper could be a little excessive, but I don't think that much of this is a big deal. And, I ought to put in my calendar to revisit coronavirus in 6 months. Rewatch this video when I do it, and see where we're at. That would be kind of interesting. I'll do a 90-day review. At that point, I'll be a month away or so from my vacation, and so that would be a perfect time because I either will or won't be going. I'll let you know a little secret. I probably will be going. But that could be an interesting video to do. A 3 and 6 month review on coronavirus. I'm going to put that in my calendar. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, rate, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when new stuff goes up. I try to put up a video every day that I have my long, normal commute to work. If there's anything that you want to know my opinion on that I haven't talked about yet, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Even if it's something that I'm not familiar with, I'd be more than happy to do some internet research and come up with my thoughts on a thing. Thanks for tuning in for another Cruise with Smooth. Y'all stay safe out there. One more thing. I was talking to my buddy Danny of the show I'm No Expert. And we were talking about future get-together dates for us to record. It's looking like, as of right now, provided that society doesn't implode from coronavirus, we should be hanging out and podcasting one day next week. I do not know when those go up. He records and uploads a little different than I do, so it could be middle to end of next week, but we definitely have the possibility of having a show up next week. Potential topics are, what did we say? I think we said we were going to talk about guns and healthcare. I think it's one of the two things we decided on. Or a couple of things we decided on. We also might talk about coronavirus. We're talking about doing a couple different episodes. That way he can upload through the week. So I don't know what's going up, but those are some of the topics that we mentioned discussing. So anyway, y'all take care. Stay safe. Have a good day. Thanks for tuning in for another Cruise with Smooth.